In the vast silence of space, the *SS Endeavour* drifted like a speck of dust against an endless ocean of stars. The ship was humanity's most advanced deep space exploration vessel, equipped with cutting-edge technology and a crew of highly trained individuals. Among them was Captain Alex Carter, a man known for his calm leadership and sharp decision-making. He stood on the bridge, gazing at the glowing screens that displayed data streaming in from the ship's sensors. It had been months since the *Endeavour* left Earth, tasked with exploring uncharted regions of the galaxy. The mission was straightforward: search for signs of extraterrestrial life or anything unusual. So far, the journey had been quiet, too quiet for some of the crew. But everything changed when a faint signal appeared on their scanners. "Captain," called out Dr. Emily Ross, the ship's astrophysicist. Her voice carried a mix of excitement and caution. She was seated at her station, her fingers flying over the controls as she analyzed the strange transmission. "You need to see this." Alex walked over to her console, his boots making soft thuds against the metal floor. On the screen, a series of pulsating waves blinked rhythmically. It wasn't random noise. It was structured, deliberate. Someone, or something, had sent it. "What do you make of it?" Alex asked, leaning closer to examine the data. "It's not natural," Emily replied quickly. "The pattern is too precise. This has to be artificial." Her eyes sparkled with curiosity. For years, scientists had debated whether intelligent alien life existed. Now it seemed they might finally have proof. Lieutenant Ryan Blake, the ship's tactical officer, stepped forward. His tall frame and serious expression made him stand out among the crew. "Could it be a trap?" he asked, crossing his arms. "We don't know who or what sent this." Alex nodded thoughtfully. "That's a valid concern, but we can't ignore it either. If this is our first contact with another civilization, we have to investigate." The crew gathered around as Emily continued analyzing the signal. After several minutes, she looked up. "I've pinpointed its origin. It's coming from a star system about 3 light-years away. We'll need to adjust our course to get there." "Do we have clearance from Earth Command?" Ryan asked, raising an eyebrow. "No," Alex admitted, "but waiting for approval could take weeks. By then, whoever sent this might be gone." The room fell silent as everyone considered the risks. Exploring unknown territory without permission went against protocol, but the potential reward, a chance to meet alien life, was too great to pass up. "Let's do it," Alex said firmly, breaking the silence. "Set a course for the signal's origin. Keep our weapon systems online, just in case." As the *Endeavour* adjusted its trajectory, the crew prepared for the unknown. Emily couldn't stop thinking about the possibilities. Were they about to meet beings more advanced than humans, or perhaps creatures entirely different from anything they'd imagined? Ryan, on the other hand, remained cautious, double-checking the ship's defenses and ensuring the crew was ready for any scenario. Hours turned into days as the *Endeavour* traveled through the void. Finally, they reached the source of the signal. What they found took their breath away. A massive alien structure orbiting a gas giant. It looked like a giant ring, spinning slowly in the darkness. Lights flickered along its surface, suggesting it was active. "This is incredible," Emily whispered, staring at the sight before them. Before anyone could react further, movement caught their attention. Several sleek ships emerged from behind the structure, heading straight for the *Endeavour*. Their designs were unlike anything human engineers had ever created: smooth, insect-like, and bristling with weapons. "Here we go," Alex muttered under his breath. "Open a communication channel. Let's try talking to them." The crew held their collective breath, unsure of what would happen next. For better or worse, humanity's first contact with an alien species was about to begin. The *SS Endeavour* hovered silently in the shadow of the colossal alien ring, its crew watching with a mix of awe and unease as the sleek insectoid ships approached. The vessels moved with precision, their metallic surfaces glinting faintly in the light of the distant gas giant. Each ship was shaped like a teardrop, with spindly protrusions that looked almost organic. It was clear these were not random drones or automated probes. This was an intelligent force. Captain Alex Carter stood at the center of the bridge, his eyes fixed on the main view screen. "Status report," he said calmly, though his knuckles were white from gripping the railing. "All systems are online," Lieutenant Ryan Blake replied from his tactical station. "Shields are up, and weapons are armed, but not active. They haven't fired yet." "Good. Let's keep it that way unless they give us a reason." Alex glanced at Dr. Emily Ross, who was already working furiously at her console. "Emily, any luck deciphering their movements?" She shook her head without looking up. "Not yet. Their flight patterns don't match anything we've seen before. It's like they're studying us." As if to confirm her words, one of the alien ships broke formation and darted closer to the Endeavour asterisk. Its surface shimmered as it rotated slowly, revealing what appeared to be rows of glowing symbols etched into its hull. The ship stopped just outside the human vessel's sensor range, hovering motionlessly. "They're waiting for something," Ryan muttered. "Orders, Captain." Alex hesitated. Protocol dictated caution, but this wasn't a situation anyone had trained for. "Open a communication channel," he decided. "Let's try hailing them." Lieutenant Lisa Harper, seated at the communications panel, nodded and activated the transmitter. A series of tones and pulses filled the air, Earth's standard greeting signal, designed to convey peaceful intentions. For several tense moments, there was no response. Then, suddenly, the alien ship emitted a burst of light, followed by a low-frequency hum that resonated through the Endeavour's speakers. "It's some kind of transmission," Emily said excitedly. "I'm picking up patterns. It's not random noise." Lisa leaned forward, adjusting her headset. "It sounds mathematical, like sequences of numbers." Alex frowned. "Can you decode it?" "I'll try," Emily replied, typing rapidly. Her brow furrowed as she worked, piecing together fragments of the message. After a few minutes, she looked up. "It's a language, a complex one. But I think I can translate parts of it." The bridge fell silent as Emily fed the data into the ship's translation software. Slowly, fragmented phrases began appearing on her screen. Asterisk identify. Purpose. Leave. Asterisk, though crude, the meaning was clear enough. "They're asking who we are and why we're here," she explained. "And they want us to go away." Ryan scowled. "Typical. We come in peace, and they tell us to scram." "Not necessarily," Alex countered. "We're intruding on their territory. From their perspective, we might look like invaders." Before anyone could respond, the alien ship sent another transmission. This time, the message came accompanied by an image, a swirling pattern resembling a galaxy, overlaid with more glowing symbols. "They're introducing themselves," Emily said, her voice tinged with excitement. "Their name is Vrin. That's what they call themselves." Alex nodded. "Send a reply. Tell them we mean no harm. We're explorers, here to learn." Lisa keyed in the response, using the same mathematical framework the Vrin had employed. Moments later, the alien ship pulsed again, this time with a new sequence of symbols. Emily studied the message intently. "They understand us," she announced. "But they're skeptical. They think we're primitive." Ryan let out a short laugh. "Primitive? Did they see our engines? Or our shields?" "They're judging us based on appearances," Alex said thoughtfully. "To them, we probably look like children stumbling into their backyard." The standoff continued as both sides exchanged cautious messages. The Vrin seemed reluctant to share much information, offering only vague details about their civilization. Meanwhile, the other insectoid ships maintained their positions, forming a loose perimeter around the Endeavour asterisk. Tension hung thick in the air. Finally, The lead Vrin ship transmitted one last message before pulling back to rejoin its fleet. Emily translated it quickly. They say this region belongs to them. We need to leave immediately. Alex sighed. Well, that's clear enough. What do we do now? Ryan asked, his hand resting near the weapon controls. For now, we stay. Alex replied firmly. But we prepare. If they decide to get aggressive, we'll show them exactly what this primitive ship can do. The crew exchanged uneasy glances, but nodded in agreement. Outside the viewport, the Vrin ships loomed ominously, their intentions still unclear. Whatever happened next, one thing was certain. Humanity's first contact with alien life had only just begun. The tension on the bridge of the *SS Endeavour* was palpable as the crew waited for the Vrin's next move. The alien fleet had retreated slightly, forming a loose circle around the human ship. Their insectoid vessels glowed faintly in the darkness, their movements smooth and deliberate. It was clear they were watching, studying, perhaps even judging. Captain Alex Carter stood at the center of the bridge, his expression calm but alert. "Keep scanning them," he instructed. "I want to know everything we can find out about those ships." Dr. Emily Ross worked quickly at her station, her fingers flying over the controls as she analyzed data streaming in from the sensors. "Their hulls are made of some kind of alloy we've never seen before," she reported. "It's incredibly strong, probably why our initial scans couldn't penetrate it." Lieutenant Ryan Blake, stationed at Tactical, kept a close eye on the weapon systems. "If they try anything, we'll be ready," he said firmly. His tone left no room for doubt. He wasn't going to let the crew down if things turned hostile. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Lisa Harper focused on maintaining communication with the Vrin. She replayed their earlier messages, searching for hidden meanings or patterns that might give humanity an edge. "They're using a lot of mathematical sequences," she observed, "almost like they're speaking in equations." Emily nodded. "That's because they think in terms of logic and precision. To them, math is universal. It's how they communicate complex ideas." Alex crossed his arms, thinking carefully. "We need to show them we're not just primitives stumbling into their territory. Can we send something more advanced? Something that proves we're equals?" Lisa hesitated, then brightened. "What if we send them one of our scientific databases? Not everything, of course, just enough to show what we're capable of." "Good idea," Alex agreed. "But keep it limited. We don't want to give away too much." As Lisa prepared the transmission, Emily noticed something unusual on her screen. "Captain, look at this." She pointed to a series of energy readings coming from the Vrin ships. "They're charging some kind of weapon system." Ryan straightened immediately. "Are they targeting us?" "I don't think so. Yet," Emily replied cautiously. "But they're definitely preparing for something." Before anyone could react further, the lead Vrin ship sent another message. This time, it was accompanied by a vivid holographic projection that filled the bridge. The image showed a towering figure with elongated limbs and multiple glowing eyes. Its voice came through the speakers, deep and resonant, translated partially by the ship's software. "I am Kelxen," the figure declared, "leader of the Vrin. You have entered sacred space. Leave now or face consequences." The crew exchanged uneasy glances. Alex stepped forward, addressing the projection. "We come in peace," he said evenly. "We seek knowledge, not conflict. Your technology is impressive, but so is ours. Perhaps we can learn from each other." Kelxen paused, as if considering the words. Then a hologram shifted, showing images of planets being mined, resources extracted, and structures built. "Your kind has nothing to offer," the alien leader responded. "You are young, weak. Go back to your world." Ryan clenched his fists. "Weak? He hasn't seen what we're really capable of." Alex raised a hand to silence him. Turning back to the projection, he said, "We may be younger than you, but we've survived challenges you can't imagine. Give us a chance to prove ourselves." For a moment, there was silence. Then, Kalxen's hologram flickered, replaced by a burst of static. The Vrin ships began moving again, spreading out in a way that suggested they were preparing for action. "They're done talking," Ryan said grimly. "Orders, Captain." Alex took a deep breath. "Raise shields to maximum. Arm all weapon systems, but don't fire unless fired upon. If they want a demonstration of our strength, we'll give them one, but only if necessary." The crew sprang into action, their training kicking in as they braced for whatever came next. Outside the viewport, the Vrin fleet loomed larger, their glowing symbols pulsing ominously. The air aboard the Endeavor grew thick with anticipation. Emily glanced at Alex, her voice barely above a whisper. "Do you think they'll attack?" "I don't know," he admitted. "But if they do, we'll make sure they remember this encounter." As the seconds ticked by, the standoff intensified. Humanity's first contact with an alien species had reached a critical point. Would it end in violence or understanding? No one could say for sure. But one thing was certain. The crew of the SS Endeavor was ready to fight for their place among the stars. The silence on the bridge of the SS Endeavor was broken by a sudden flash of light. One of the Vrin ships fired first, unleashing a beam of energy that streaked toward the human vessel. The impact shook the ship violently, but the shields held firm, deflecting the attack with a shimmering blue glow. "Direct hit," Lieutenant Ryan Blake shouted from his station. "Shields are down to 80%. Captain Alex Carter gripped the railing tightly, his jaw set. "Return fire. Target their weapon systems." Ryan didn't hesitate. His fingers danced over the controls, and the Endeavor responded instantly. Plasma cannons roared to life, firing bolts of searing energy at the nearest Vrin ship. To everyone's surprise, the alien vessel's shields collapsed almost immediately under the assault, leaving its hull exposed. Another shot tore through its side, disabling it completely. The damaged ship drifted away, venting smoke into the void. They're stunned," Emily Ross whispered, staring at her monitor in disbelief. "Their shields weren't designed to handle our firepower." Kalxen's voice crackled over the comms once more, laced with anger and confusion. "What trickery is this? Your kind should not possess such strength." Alex stepped closer to the main view screen, addressing the alien leader directly. "We told you we weren't here to fight, but we won't back down either. If you want a war, you'll find us ready." The remaining Vrin ships regrouped, clearly shaken by the unexpected turn of events. Their earlier confidence seemed to waver as they assessed the damage done to their fleet. For a moment, none of them moved, as if reconsidering their strategy. "Keep an eye on their movements," Alex ordered. "They might try something sneaky." Ryan nodded, his eyes locked on the tactical display. "Understood, Captain. I've got decoy drones prepped just in case." As the standoff continued, Emily studied the data streaming in from the battle. "Their technology isn't as advanced as we thought," she said, her voice tinged with both excitement and concern. "Their shields are weaker than ours, and their weapons aren't calibrated for high-output plasma. We have the advantage here, if we play it smart." "We're not here to annihilate them," Alex reminded her firmly. "Just enough to make them think twice about attacking again." The Vrin fleet finally reacted, splitting into two groups. One group charged straight at the Endeavor while the other circled around, attempting to flank the human ship. It was a classic pincer maneuver, designed to overwhelm their defenses. "They're trying to box us in," Ryan warned. "I'm launching the decoys." With a flick of his wrist, he deployed a swarm of small drones equipped with holographic emitters. The drones created dozens of fake projections of the Endeavor each moving independently. To the Vrin, it appeared as though multiple human ships were suddenly surrounding them. Confusion rippled through the alien fleet. Several of their ships broke formation, unsure which target to prioritize. Seizing the opportunity, Alex gave the order to strike. "Focus fire on their command ship," he commanded. "Take out their leader, and the rest will fall into disarray. The Endeavour unleashed another barrage of plasma bolts, targeting the largest Vrin vessel, the one identified as Kalgsen's flagship. The shots hit their mark, tearing through its weakened shields and crippling its engines. The massive ship listed to one side, trailing debris as it struggled to stay operational. Kalgsen's voice returned, now tinged with desperation. "Enough. Cease your attacks." Alex raised a hand, signaling Ryan to hold fire. "We're listening," he said evenly. The alien leader hesitated before speaking. "You have proven yourselves formidable. Perhaps my judgment was hasty. Let us speak further, without violence." The crew exchanged glances, unsure whether to trust him, but Alex knew this was their chance to de-escalate the situation. "Agreed. Stand down your forces, and we'll do the same." Slowly, the Vrin ships withdrew, forming a loose perimeter once more. The immediate threat had passed, but the tension remained thick in the air. Humanity had shown its strength, earning the respect, and perhaps fear, of an alien species far older than themselves. As the adrenaline began to fade, Emily let out a shaky breath. "That was close." "Too close," Ryan muttered, still watching the Vrin fleet warily. "But we held our ground." Alex nodded, his expression thoughtful. "This changes everything. They know now that we're not to be underestimated. Let's see where this takes us." For the first time since entering the star system, the SS Endeavour felt like it had truly earned its place among the stars. Back aboard the SS Endeavour, the crew gathered in the briefing room to discuss their next steps. The tension from the battle still lingered, but there was also a sense of cautious optimism. Captain Alex Carter stood at the head of the table, his steady gaze moving across the faces of his team. "We've proven we can hold our own," Alex began. "But this isn't over." Kalgsen agreed to talk, but I don't trust him completely. We need to prepare for anything. Lieutenant Ryan Blake leaned forward, his arms resting on the table. "Agreed. They might act friendly now, but they could be planning something. We should keep our weapons ready and stay alert." Dr. Emily Ross nodded thoughtfully. "We also need to understand them better. Their technology, their motives, everything. If we can figure out what they truly want, we'll have an advantage." Alex turned to Lieutenant Lisa Harper, who had been quietly listening. "Lisa, how's the translation software holding up? Can we communicate more effectively now?" "It's improving," Lisa replied. "Their language is complex, but I think we can manage basic exchanges. I'm working on refining the algorithms so we can handle more detailed conversations." "Good," Alex said. "Keep at it. In the meantime, let's focus on two things: defense and diplomacy. Ryan, I want you to review our combat strategies. If they attack again, we need to be ready." Ryan gave a sharp nod. "Understood. I'll run simulations and make sure the crew is prepared for any scenario." "And Emily," Alex continued, turning to her, "see if you can learn more about their ships and tech. Anything that gives us insight into their capabilities will help." Emily smiled faintly. "I'll get started right away. Their energy signatures are fascinating. They use a type of fusion we haven't seen before. If we can study it, we might even improve our own systems." The meeting ended with everyone heading to their stations, each focused on their assigned tasks. On the bridge, Alex took a moment to reflect. He knew the crew had performed admirably during the battle, but he couldn't shake the feeling that the Vrin were still dangerous. Their pride had been wounded, and wounded beings often lashed out. Hours later, Lisa approached Alex with an update. "Captain, I've decoded part of another message from the Vrin. It seems they're willing to share some information about themselves, if we do the same." Alex raised an eyebrow. "What kind of information?" "They mentioned their history, how they've expanded across this region of space. But they're asking about Earth. They want to know more about humanity." Alex frowned. "We can't give them everything. Share only what's necessary. Tell them about our achievements, like medicine, science, and exploration. Leave out details about our military or weaknesses. Lisa nodded. Got it. I'll craft a response carefully. As the hours passed, communication between the two species became more frequent. The Vryn shared images of their homeworld, a planet covered in sprawling cities connected by glowing bridges, and explained how they had overcome resource shortages by mining nearby star systems. Emily studied the data closely, noticing patterns that suggested the Vryn prioritized efficiency above all else. They're practical, she told Alex during one of their updates. Everything they do is aimed at survival and growth. That's why they reacted so strongly when we showed up. It disrupted their plans. Alex sighed. If they're just trying to survive, maybe we can find common ground. But we need to be careful. Survival for them might mean taking what they need, no matter the cost. Meanwhile, Ryan kept the crew on edge with drills and simulations. The Vryn fleet remained nearby, watching silently. Though they hadn't attacked again, their presence was a constant reminder of the fragile peace. One evening, as Alex walked through the ship, he stopped to look out a viewport. The alien ring structure loomed in the distance, its lights flickering against the dark expanse of space. For the first time, he allowed himself to feel a glimmer of hope. Humanity had faced a powerful adversary and stood its ground. Whatever happened next, they would face it together. The crew of the *SS Endeavour* had come a long way since leaving Earth. Now, they weren't just explorers. They were ambassadors, warriors, and pioneers, and Alex knew their journey was far from over. As the days passed, the crew of the *SS Endeavour* continued to exchange information with the Vryn. Each message brought new insights, but also raised more questions. Dr. Emily Ross spent long hours analyzing data sent by the aliens, piecing together fragments of their history and culture. What she discovered troubled her. "Captain," Emily said one evening as Alex reviewed reports on the bridge, "there's something you need to see." Alex looked up from his tablet. "What is it?" She gestured for him to follow her to her workstation. On the screen was a series of images showing planets scarred by mining operations. Massive craters dotted the surfaces, while rivers of molten material glowed faintly in the darkness. But what caught Alex's attention were small flashes of green scattered across some of the landscapes. "What are those?" he asked, pointing to the green patches. "That's what worries me," Emily replied. "They're microbial life forms. Primitive, yes, but alive. These microbes could evolve into complex organisms given enough time. The Vryn are destroying ecosystems that might one day lead to intelligent life." Alex frowned. "Are they doing this everywhere?" "From what I can tell, yes," Emily said. "They strip resources without regard for the environment. It's like they don't care about the consequences, or maybe they just don't think about them." The implications weighed heavily on Alex. If the Vryn were willing to destroy potential life for their own gain, how far would they go? Could humanity trust them to coexist peacefully? "We need to confront them," Alex decided. "If we don't stop this, it could set a dangerous precedent, for them and for us." He called a meeting with the senior crew to discuss the issue. When everyone was gathered, Alex explained what Emily had found. "This isn't just about us anymore," he said. "It's about protecting life, no matter where it is. If we let the Vryn continue unchecked, we're complicit in their actions." Lieutenant Ryan Blake crossed his arms. "So what do we do? Tell them to pack up and leave?" "They're not going to take kindly to that." "No, they won't," Alex admitted. "But we have leverage now. They've seen what our weapons can do. Maybe we can use that to negotiate." Lisa Harper spoke up. "We could offer alternatives. Help them find sustainable ways to gather resources instead of destroying planets. That might appeal to them if they're desperate enough." Emily nodded. "And we could share Earth's methods for conservation. We've learned the hard way how important it is to protect ecosystems." The plan came together quickly. Alex drafted a message to Kelxen, outlining humanity's concerns and offering assistance. Lisa transmitted it, hoping the translation software would convey the right tone. The response came sooner than expected. "You dare question our ways?" Kalxen's voice boomed over the comms, laced with anger. "You are children playing at being gods." Alex remained calm. "We're not trying to judge you. We're asking you to consider the future, not just yours, but everyone's. There are other ways to survive." For a moment, there was silence. Then Kalxen's holographic projection appeared again, his glowing eyes narrowing. "Prove your claims. Show us these alternatives you speak of." Alex exchanged a glance with Emily. "We will. But in return, you must agree to halt all mining operations in this region until we've had time to work together." Kalxen hesitated, clearly torn between pride and necessity. Finally, he nodded. "Very well. But know this, if your solutions fail, we will resume our work, and you will not interfere." The agreement was fragile, but it was a start. Over the following days, the crew worked tirelessly to demonstrate Earth's sustainable technologies. Emily presented designs for renewable energy systems, while Lisa shared agricultural techniques adapted for alien environments. Slow spoke. The fragile truce between the *SS Endeavour* and the Vrin grew even more delicate as both sides prepared for what could become either a breakthrough or a disaster. Kalxen's fleet remained close, their ships hovering like silent predators, while the human crew worked around the clock to prove their worth. Captain Alex Carter knew that failure wasn't an option, not when so much was at stake. Dr. Emily Ross stood in the science lab, surrounded by holographic projections of Earth's renewable energy systems. She had spent hours adapting them for alien use, ensuring they would function in environments vastly different from Earth's. Her hands moved quickly over the controls, fine-tuning calculations and running simulations. "Are you sure this will work?" Lieutenant Lisa Harper asked, peering at one of the diagrams. "It has to," Emily replied firmly. "If we can show the Vrin how to generate power without destroying planets, maybe they'll see there's another way." Meanwhile, Lieutenant Ryan Blake kept a close eye on the tactical displays. The Vrin hadn't attacked again, but their movements were unpredictable. Every now and then, one of their ships would drift closer to the Endeavour *, scanning it with probing beams. "They're watching us," Ryan muttered under his breath. "Testing us." Alex joined him on the bridge, his expression thoughtful. "Let them watch. As long as they stay on their side of the line, we won't escalate." Ryan nodded, though his hand hovered near the weapon controls. "Still, I don't trust them. One wrong move, and we'll be back where we started." As preparations continued, Alex called Kalxen to arrange a demonstration. The alien leader agreed reluctantly, sending a small delegation aboard the Endeavour *. The Vrin representatives arrived via shuttlecraft, their insectoid forms towering over the human crew. Their elongated limbs and glowing eyes made them seem almost otherworldly, but Alex greeted them with calm respect. "Welcome aboard," he said, gesturing toward the assembled equipment. "We've prepared examples of our technology. These solutions are designed to help you gather resources sustainably." One of the Vrin delegates stepped forward, its voice deep and resonant. "Show us." Emily took the lead, guiding the group to a model of a solar array modified for low-light environments. She explained how it could harness energy even in the dim glow of distant stars. Next, she demonstrated a compact fusion reactor capable of producing clean energy without harming ecosystems. Finally, Lisa presented methods for extracting minerals using advanced drones that left no lasting damage. The Vrin listened intently, their glowing eyes flickering as they processed the information. When the presentation ended, Kalxen spoke directly to Alex. "These ideas are intriguing," he admitted, "but will they meet our needs? Our survival depends on efficiency." "They will," Alex assured him. "Give us time to implement these systems. We'll prove they're better than your current methods." Kalxen hesitated, clearly torn. On one hand, humanity's innovations offered promise. On the other, abandoning centuries-old practices wasn't easy. After a long pause, he finally nodded. We will allow you to test your solutions on one of our mining sites. But if they fail, we will resume our operations, and you will not interfere. The crew breathed a collective sigh of relief. It wasn't full cooperation, but it was progress. Over the next several days, the humans and Vryn worked together to install the new technologies. Emily and her team guided the Vryn engineers, teaching them how to operate the unfamiliar systems. At first, the aliens were skeptical, questioning every step. But as the equipment began functioning smoothly, their attitudes softened. "This is working," Emily whispered to Alex during one of their check-ins. "They're starting to understand." Alex smiled faintly. "Good. Let's hope it's enough." Despite the cautious optimism, tensions lingered. The Vryn fleet still loomed nearby, a constant reminder of the stakes, and while the tests showed promise, no one could predict how Kalixen would react once the results were final. For now, the crew focused on the task at hand, knowing that their efforts might shape the future of both species. Humanity had come a long way since first contact. What began as a standoff had evolved into something neither side expected: collaboration. Whether it would last remained to be seen. But for the first time, there was hope. The tests on the Vryn mining site were nearing completion, and the crew of the *SS Endeavour* gathered in the observation lounge to review the results. Dr. Emily Ross stood at the front of the room, her face glowing with cautious optimism as she displayed data on a large screen. "The numbers are clear," she said, pointing to graphs showing energy output and resource extraction rates. "Our systems are not only matching the efficiency of their old methods, they are exceeding them, and they're doing it without damaging the planet." Captain Alex Carter nodded, his expression thoughtful. "That's good news. If we can show the Vryn that sustainability works, they might finally trust us." Lieutenant Ryan Blake leaned against the wall, arms crossed. "Let's hope so. I still don't like having their fleet breathing down our necks." Lisa Harper, seated nearby, added, "It's not just about trust. This could change how they see us. If they realize we're offering real solutions, maybe they'll stop seeing us as a threat." Alex agreed. "Exactly. But we need to present this carefully. Kalixen isn't going to take our word for it. He'll want proof." The next day, Alex arranged another meeting with the Vryn leader. This time, the encounter took place aboard one of their ships, a massive vessel filled with shimmering metal walls and strange, glowing symbols. The air was thick with tension as Alex and his team stepped inside, flanked by Vryn guards who watched their every move. Kalixen awaited them in a central chamber, his towering form radiating authority. "You claim your methods are superior," he said, his voice echoing through the room. "Prove it." Emily stepped forward, holding a tablet displaying the test results. "Your mining operations have been extracting resources at a rate of 12% efficiency. Our systems are achieving 18%, and they're leaving the environment intact. That means more resources over time, not less." Kalixen studied the data silently, his glowing eyes flickering as he processed the information. Finally, he turned to one of his advisors, exchanging a series of clicks and hums. After a moment, he spoke again. "These numbers, they are impressive. But what of the cost? Your technology requires knowledge we do not possess." "That's why we're here," Alex replied firmly. "We'll teach you. We'll help you adapt these systems to your needs. It's a partnership, not charity." For the first time, Kalixen's tone softened slightly. "A partnership implies trust. How can we know you will not betray us?" "We've given you no reason to doubt us," Alex countered. "And you've seen the power of our weapons. If we wanted to harm you, we could have done so already. Instead, we chose to work together." The alien leader paused, considering the words. Then, slowly, he nodded. "Very well. We will halt further mining in this region and focus on implementing your solutions. But know this, if you deceive us, there will be consequences. Alex didn't flinch. Understood. Back aboard the SS Endeavour *, the crew celebrated quietly. They had taken a major step toward peaceful coexistence, but no one let their guard down completely. The Vryn were still unpredictable, and the fragile truce could shatter at any moment. Over the following days, the humans and Vryn worked closely together, sharing knowledge and refining the new systems. Emily found herself growing more comfortable around the aliens, despite their intimidating appearance. Their curiosity reminded her of scientists back on Earth, driven by logic and a desire to solve problems. "They're not so different from us," she told Alex during one of their evening check-ins. "They just went down a different path." Alex smiled faintly. "Maybe, or maybe they're learning something from us. Either way, this is progress." As the weeks passed, the relationship between the two species began to shift. The Vryn grew less hostile, their interactions marked by cautious respect. In return, the human crew started to see glimpses of the aliens' culture, their art, their history, their struggles. It was a reminder that behind the armor and the weapons, they were beings trying to survive, just like humanity. For Alex, it was a lesson in patience and understanding. First contact hadn't gone as planned, but it had taught him something valuable. Even the most unlikely alliances could be forged when both sides were willing to listen. The *SS Endeavour * remained stationed near the alien ring structure, serving as a symbol of cooperation and a deterrent should tensions rise again. Humanity's place among the stars was still uncertain, but for now, they had earned a foothold, and that was enough. As the weeks turned into months, the bond between the crew of the *SS Endeavour * and the Vryn began to deepen. What had started as a tense standoff had evolved into something neither side had anticipated: mutual respect. The humans and the Vryn spent long hours working side by side, sharing knowledge and learning from each other. It wasn't always easy. Misunderstandings still arose, but both sides were committed to making it work. Dr. Emily Ross found herself spending more time aboard the Vryn ships than she ever imagined. She worked closely with their scientists, explaining Earth's methods for sustainable resource management, while also studying their advanced technology. One day, as she examined a piece of alien machinery, she noticed something unusual, a faint hum emanating from its core. "What is this?" she asked, pointing to the device. One of the Vryn technicians responded with a series of clicks and whistles, which Lisa Harper quickly translated. "It's a power converter. They use it to stabilize their energy grids." Emily's eyes lit up. "This could revolutionize our own systems back home. If we combine their design with ours, we might create something even better." The exchange went both ways. The Vryn were fascinated by Earth's history of innovation, particularly how humanity had overcome challenges like pollution and overconsumption. Kelksen himself admitted during one meeting that his people had never considered sustainability a priority, not until their resources began to dwindle. "We thought ourselves superior," he said, his deep voice tinged with regret. "We believed we could take what we needed without consequence. Your kind has shown us otherwise." Alex Carter listened carefully, his expression thoughtful. "Every species makes mistakes. What matters is learning from them. We're here to help you avoid repeating ours." The collaboration extended beyond science and engineering. Lieutenant Lisa Harper worked tirelessly to bridge the cultural gap, organizing exchanges where humans and Vryn shared stories, art, and traditions. At first, the aliens seemed hesitant, but soon they began contributing their own forms of expression, complex geometric patterns that shifted and changed when viewed from different angles, and hauntingly beautiful melodies created using harmonic vibrations. Even Ryan Blake, who had been the most skeptical of the Vryn, found himself softening. During one joint training exercise, he sparred with a Vryn soldier using simulated combat scenarios. To his surprise, the alien warrior displayed not only skill, but also a sense of honor and discipline that earned Ryan's respect. "They're not so bad once you get past the bug-like appearance," he admitted to Alex later. Still wouldn't want to meet them in a dark alley, though. Amidst all the progress, Emily uncovered something troubling about the Vryn's past. While reviewing historical records shared by their scientists, she learned that their civilization had once thrived on a lush homeworld, until centuries of unchecked resource extraction rendered it barren. Desperate to survive, the Vryn had fled, scattering across the stars in search of new planets to exploit. "This is why they're so driven," Emily explained to Alex. "They're running out of options. Their survival depends on finding new resources or adapting to live without them." Alex nodded gravely. "That explains a lot. No wonder they were so hostile at first. They saw us as competition. But now they see us as allies," Emily added. "And maybe as a second chance." When Alex presented these findings to Kelksen, the alien leader was uncharacteristically silent. After a long pause, he spoke, his voice heavy with emotion. "You have given us hope, a way forward. For that, we are grateful." In return, Kelksen offered the humans a gift: access to their vast archives of scientific knowledge. It was a gesture of goodwill, proof that the Vryn were finally ready to trust. Emily couldn't contain her excitement as she pored over the data, uncovering breakthroughs in fields humanity had only begun to explore. The *SS Endeavour* remained stationed near the alien ring structure, serving as a symbol of the newfound partnership. Though challenges lay ahead, the crew felt a sense of accomplishment. They had proven that humanity could stand among the stars, not through force, but through cooperation and understanding. For Alex, it was a reminder of why they had ventured into space in the first place: to learn, to grow, and to connect. First contact had tested them in ways they never expected, but it had also shown them the best of what humanity, and perhaps all intelligent life, could achieve. The journey was far from over, but for now, they had taken the first step toward a brighter future. Together. The day finally came for the crew of the *SS Endeavour* to prepare for departure. Their mission had stretched far longer than anyone anticipated, but it had also achieved far more than they ever imagined. The fragile truce with the Vryn had blossomed into a genuine partnership, one that promised to shape the future of both species. Kelksen requested a final meeting before the humans left. This time, the encounter took place aboard the *Endeavour* in its main conference room. The alien leader was accompanied by several of his advisors, their glowing eyes reflecting the soft light of the ship's interior. Captain Alex Carter stood at the head of the table, flanked by Dr. Emily Ross and Lieutenant Lisa Harper. "You have honored your word," Kelksen began, his deep voice carrying a note of respect. "Your solutions have saved us from a path of destruction. For that, we are grateful." Alex nodded. "We're glad we could help, but this is just the beginning. If we continue to work together, there's no limit to what we can achieve." Kelksen extended one of his elongated limbs, holding out a small crystalline artifact. Its surface shimmered with intricate patterns that seemed to shift and change when viewed from different angles. "This is a symbol of unity among my people. We offer it to you as a token of our gratitude and our commitment to peace." Alex accepted the gift carefully, feeling its cool weight in his hand. "Thank you. It's an honor." In return, Alex presented Kelksen with a holographic recording of Earth's history and culture. Images of bustling cities, vast oceans, and diverse landscapes filled the air, accompanied by music and voices from across humanity's many cultures. "This is who we are," Alex explained. "Our struggles, our triumphs, our dreams. We hope it helps you understand us better." Kelksen studied the holograms intently, his glowing eyes flickering with curiosity. "Your kind is remarkable. You have faced hardships, yet continue to strive for greatness. Perhaps there is much we can learn from each other." As the meeting concluded, the crew gathered on the bridge to watch the Vryn fleet recede into the distance. The insectoid ships pulsed faintly as they moved, their lights fading against the backdrop of stars. For the first time since arriving, the humans felt a sense of closure. Not an ending, but a new beginning. Emily stood near the viewport, her arms crossed as she gazed at the empty space where the alien fleet had been. "Do you think they'll keep their promise?" she asked softly. "I believe they will," Alex replied. "They've seen what cooperation can do, and they know we're watching." Ryan Blake chuckled from his station. "Still, I wouldn't mind keeping an eye on them, just in case." "Agreed," Alex said with a smile. "But for now, let's focus on getting home. Earth needs to hear about this." The journey back would take months, but the crew didn't mind. They had stories to share, stories of courage, diplomacy, and discovery. Stories that would inspire others to look beyond fear and mistrust toward the possibilities of connection. As the *SS Endeavour* jumped into hyperspace, Alex took a moment to reflect. First contact had tested humanity in ways he never expected, forcing them to confront their own strengths and weaknesses. Yet they had risen to the challenge, proving that even in the face of uncertainty, they could find common ground. For the first time in history, humanity had earned its place among the stars, not through conquest or aggression, but through understanding and collaboration. The road ahead would be long, filled with challenges and unknowns. But Alex knew one thing for certain: humanity wasn't alone anymore. And that made all the difference.